Hey everybody, Mark over here at Twanger's Turntable. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a little while since I did a video, but hey, that's kind of status quo around here. If you're new to my channel, thanks for dropping by. I hope you'll find something you'll dig. If you're returning, then you know that's status quo around here. So hope all my VC buddies are doing good. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm trying to catch up on some videos, but thought I'd try and post a video here today. Just some recent pickups. I was doing a series. I think I got to episode 2, if you want to call it a series. It's not even a trilogy at this point. But records that I picked up, new and used, over the course of 9 months or so that I just haven't had a chance to show. I kind of just let them pile up. I'm not big on doing videos every time I buy something new anyway. I couldn't show you 10 new records in a week, so hell, sometimes not even 10 new records in a month. That's just the way it is. So I let them pile up. So yeah, I got quite a few. And then I was watching, you know what, I got a fan going on here because I don't know what it's like where you are, but recently here it's been hotter than hell. So just bear with me a second. I'm just going to shut that damn fan off. There. So yeah, I don't know where it is, what it's like where you are, but yeah, it's been really hot. I mean, I think it's probably in the neighborhood of 33, 34 Celsius, probably close to 40 with the humidex. I don't know. It's pretty hot and humid, and I guess on the Fahrenheit spectrum, that's close. That's 100. That's around 100, I guess. High 90s, 100. Anyway, yeah, I digress. So yeah, I watched a couple of videos. Gary over at Physical Format, Anthony over at Anthony Gambler. Mike MGK, watch some videos, guys picking up some used stuff, and Anthony, he's the thrift store whore. That guy, he's always got some great finds. In fact, one of the videos he was showing, he scored an incredible suicidal tendencies score, and saying, that's kind of what keeps us in the hunt, going back and scouring these places, because honestly, I don't get a chance to go to these places that often, and when I have, the stuff I find is usually garbage. And I mean condition-wise, not musically. Whatever floats your boat, each their own. I'm not here to judge anybody's musical taste. I'm talking physical condition of the album. Usually not worth buying. And other genres that I'm just not into. It's not good or bad. I'm just indifferent, or, don't care about it. And Gary was showing some of the Eric Clapton he picked up, and Jeff Beck and stuff, and some really good finds. So I was mentioning to Anthony in one of the comments that I usually don't find anything, but this time I went this week and did find a few in a thrift store for a reasonable price. Because here, your records down stateside are probably like $2 or something. I think you guys have mentioned. So here they're usually like $4 or $5, which is not bad. I mean, depending on condition, I'll go for it. So the ones I'm going to show you are just that. They're just ones I thought they're worth taking a chance on, and some in fact, I am familiar with to varying degrees. There may actually only be one that I can't say I've ever heard from back to front. The rest of them I have heard. Older siblings, friends, and other members of the VC have shown, and I've commented that, I want to get that on vinyl. So that's essentially what this is. So I'm just doing a short video on that. So let's get going. I'll give a cheers to all you guys. And like I said, it's been a while, but I'm trying to catch up on some videos. I just watched Trevor's video there about the Black Sabbath, and I've been spinning Sabbath almost for a week now. I was saying to Trevor, I'm going off a little bit, but that's okay. It's my video. Cheers. There's a lot more they could have done with that Sabbath in the end. But they still said, having said that, they still did a hell of a lot more than what I expected, and way better than what I expected. So kudos to them for doing that. It was pretty much Aussie-centric, which I kind of expected, honestly. It was nice to see Jake E. Lee there. I wish it would have been nice to see him actually play with Ozzy and do some of that stuff. Bark at the Moon, that would have been amazing to see him do that. But just glad to see Jake E. Lee there. I mean, that was amazing, right? Considering what his recent challenges. Don Airy, who had played keys on Blizzard of Oz, and I played with Sabbath as well, and Bark at the Moon. He played on Bark at the Moon. The only one not the only one, but kind of skipped Diary of a Madman. But I think Cook was there, who played on Diary of a Madman. I think that's who was on keys there. Anyway, I'm going off, but it was just really good. I was so pumped to see this. I was saying to Trevor, I almost felt proud, as an old school, metalhead headbanger growing up in the 80s. That was my wheelhouse. Seeing a lot of these old bands and these guys, many of them in their 60s and beyond, performing at a really good level. Like, it was good. I mean, this wasn't all, mind you, of course there's rehearsals, but any pro does that. But there wasn't a whole lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't, fuck. Can't find the word I'm looking for, but there wasn't a whole lot of choreography. There wasn't a whole lot of, it was just bare bones metal, hard rock. And it was good to see, even with the super groups. And I don't follow many of the young guys. I don't follow Ghost. I don't follow any of those. But all the performances were really good. Hailstorm, Lizzie Hale, did a great job with Ultimate Sin, and what was the other one they did? I can't remember. But anyway, the whole thing. I'm not going to go off on the concert because honestly, I missed a lot of it. I was just busy that day, and I'm not going to elaborate. But so yeah, I've been spending a lot of Sabbath. I've been going through the whole Sabbath catalog that I have, not just the Aussie era. It would have been nice for them to acknowledge Dio too, but I get it. It wasn't about it. It was very Aussie centric, and the final original was great to see Bill Ward. Bill Ward, for my entire life almost, has been one of those inspirational drummers, and good to see him there. I'll leave it at that. So let's get to the records. I just went off a little bit there, but it's my video. I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, so I'm winging it as I usually do. First one I saw there, and not the first one I saw. I actually thought about not getting it, but then I decided to get it because it's not one of their stronger ones. But and I'm not a completist, but I do have probably 5 or 6 of their records. It's Crocus, and I think this is 86, Change of Address. Not one of their better ones. In fact, even the Ballroom Blitz, the Blitz is not that great either. I like the older stuff, One Voice at a Time, Headhunter. Yeah, but it's for a couple of bucks. I thought I'm going to grab it. And like I say, I think it was $4. I took all the stickers off, so I can't even tell you, but came with the inner sleeve and all that. Somebody at one time put a punch in it in the corner. I guess that usually indicates it came from clearance, some record venue, record store, or some merchant anyway, put a punch in it to clear it, to indicate that it was, in the clearance pile. But yeah, so grab that one. I did hem and haw about it. I wasn't going to get it, and I thought, what the hell. But the couple here, the next ones, I didn't hesitate to get these at all. It's a comp by Deep Purple, Best of Deep Purple. This is an early comp with Evans on vocals. Is there a year on here? I don't think there is a year, but it's definitely Mark 1, the original Deep Purple. The first song, River Deep, Mountain High, Spectre Barry Greenwich. That's a cover by some, Jesus, who is that, Spectre? If you know, let me know in the comments. It's not coming in right now. Kentucky Woman, that's Neil Diamond. Anthem, Lord and Evans wrote that one. Bird Has Flown, Evans, Blackmore, Lord. Side B, Lalina, that's a Donovan cover. And then Hey Joe, it says here, Deep Purple. Mandrake Boot, Evans, Lord, Blackmore. Hey Joe, is that not Jimi Hendrix? Hey Joe, okay. Maybe it's a different song. I haven't even had a chance to spin it yet. I just got these. There's only one here that I listened to. I'll show you. And Hush. So Hush, Hush. So yeah, great score on that one. I'm gonna grab that anytime if I see that sitting there. And it's decent shape. It's on the old Polydor label. I'll show you the record. The vinyl is amazing shape, actually. And I know this sometimes doesn't really do it justice to show you what the vinyl is like, but it's in really good condition. as far as my eye test, I'll have to throw it on and give it a spin. This one I already did, and I was pumped to get this. This is the follow-up to Perfect Strangers, The House of Blue Light. So this would have been 86, 87. And I know the band wasn't necessarily all that happy with it. 1987, yeah. But I like it. I know, I think I've heard Richie Blackmore say none of them actually played together. Or was that, maybe John Lord said that. I don't know. Just a plain paper sleeve inside. But I've seen my buddy Steve, I think, show this, and probably several others, but I know Steve is a big Deep Purple fan. Maybe Gary's even showed it too. He showed some stuff that he scored recently. I don't think it wasn't this, though. It wasn't this. Geez, I'm losing track of whose videos I'm watching and what they're showing. Just trying to catch up. The last few days has been crazy here, but I won't get into all that. Certainly glad to find that, and I do like that one. Is it as good as Perfect Strangers? Not even close, in my opinion. Perfect Strangers, if you were to ask me, and nobody is, but I'm going to tell you anyway, I think it's probably one of the best comeback albums ever. And I know several other of my VC buddies share that opinion. But yeah, no argument here. Perfect Strangers is like a perfect record for me. But I won't go off on that. You know, let me know in the comments what your thoughts on that are. Marshall Crenshaw, a Michigan boy. Speaking of Trevor. I think his brother played drums on this, didn't he? The Crenshaw brothers. Robert Crenshaw was a drummer on here, yeah. And I don't know much about this. I'm familiar with that song someday, some way. And again, the other thing I'll say is a lot of these typically, not a lot of them, but a few of them, typically I wouldn't buy. Like, I'm not going to seek these albums out. They're not sought after for me, but I saw them there and I'm familiar with them. So I grabbed them. This would be one of those ones. But yeah, you know, I like collecting records. That's what we do here. So yeah, I grabbed it. Another one. I do like this musician. This musician actually, I won't talk about it. But anyway, Lindsey Buckingham. Law and Order. This would be 1981. Yeah. So this would have been the first one he did after Fleetwood Mac. I know he did one before Fleetwood Mac. Him and Stevie Nicks, and that's a fantastic album. I'd like to get that on vinyl. But yeah, this is really good. I mean, yeah, Lindsey Buckingham is, I can't say he's underrated, but I don't hear him discussed that often. But this is a really good record, actually. But of course, that's subjective to what one thinks of what Lindsey Buckingham does as a solo artist. Most people are quite familiar with Fleetwood Mac, but considering how many millions of records they sold, I'm not so sure that half of those people would even be familiar with the members of the band. You know, most people I think, are pretty indifferent about that kind of thing. They're just spinning the music, but great album, in my opinion. This is all subjective, right? So. Another one of that falling in that category that I probably wouldn't have purchased, or it wasn't on any of my wish lists or something I was seeking, but it was there, and it's the Motels, All for One. I think these guys are a Michigan band too, aren't they? Jesus, that's kind of weird. I think these guys are from Michigan. 1982 anyway, and the big one on here would be Only the Lonely. That's certainly the one I would be familiar with. And so when I grabbed it, or when I saw it, I grabbed it. I'm familiar enough with them that I knew that song. And I think that song has been on a number of soundtracks over the years, especially in the 80s. Maybe not a number, but it was certainly spun lots. Piss on that. I'm not going to try to put that in right now. So that was another one. And then another one, another Michigan. These guys, I believe, were from Flint, Michigan. My buddy Steve will be able to verify this because I know he's a huge fan. But Grand Funk Railroad. But Grand Funk, as we all know, most of us, we're an American band. So this is what, 1973? It's pretty early. My brother had this. Yeah, 1973. I think he had it on 8-track. We're an American band as it kicks off. And it's on that translucent gold vinyl. So I was as soon as I saw this actually was the first one I grabbed. I was going through the pile, and you know, it's the usual Zanfear and all that stuff that's at the thrift stores. And then I saw this, and yeah, baby, yeah. It's a great record. Grand Funk is I've got 3 or 4 of their records. Yeah, this is a good one. Oh, maybe I'll take that sleeve out of there too and show you the whole thing, because it doesn't even have a hell of a lot of ring wear on it. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, a little bit there at the top, but here's the boys. And it's got one of these sleeves on the inside. It's not that type of gatefold, but good condition. And so yeah, I'll just leave that at that, and I'll put those away after. But that's what I scored. And watching some of these other videos, you know, the other VC members that I follow are inspiration always. I hope to get back and show the rest of those records that I started out the show with each episode. It's going to take me some time. Summer months are always the busy months here. Not that the other months aren't busy with 3 grandsons that I often have in our home, which is a lot of fun, but it takes a lot of time, and this is a hobby, so it gets pushed down the priority scale. I know some of you can relate to that as well, but I enjoy doing it. So when I get a chance to do it, I'm going to do it. And so I thought I'd jump on here today and do just that. I know the big bash over at Mike's in Buffalo, MGK, is coming up next weekend. We will be busy with the grandkids. Otherwise, that would definitely be something I would love to do at some juncture. Meet all you fine folks in person. And it is what it is. When it's meant to be, it'll be. But I'm going to leave it at that. Now I'm just rambling on. And you don't need to hear me rambling on. I'm just showing some records. So let me know your thoughts on these. If there any of these are ones that you have, or ones you want, or if I totally screwed up on some of the info there, or I'm just winging it, seat of my pants here. So no research before I turned the camera on to roll. So yeah, I'll see you again next time here at Twanger's Turntable. I don't know how to end this video because it's been so long that I'm rusty, and that's just the way it is. But I hope to get another video up soon. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your day, your weekend, your evening, whatever the heck it happens to be when you see this. And what else is there to say? Take care. That's good enough. I'm only going to do the one. Well, I'll do the other hand too, even though I can't straighten out I can't tuck my thumb away. It's all busted up. But see you next time here, everybody. Take care.